Hey guys, it's Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto, and we're taking a look at an S13 180SX. This one here with the turbocharged SR20 engine that puts out, I guess, just a little over 200 horsepower, but this one has quite a few modifications. Looks like a previous drift car. And so we're going to be taking a look at the condition of the vehicle that we bought from auction. This one's going to be exported to the USA. And this is the third S13 that we've had on this channel in the last week. And so for some reason we got a spike in S13s. Okay, the SR20 runs pretty well. There's no issues there that I can see. Excuse me. We can look at aftermarket parts. We have an aftermarket exhaust header or exhaust manifold there for the turbo. Looking in here, we have an aftermarket turbo. It says Garrett on the side, but I can't actually see the size of it. I don't think that the seller actually mentioned that it has a Garrett turbocharger, so thumbs up for that. HKS air filter on it, strut tower bar from Cusco, adjustable pillow mount suspension and lowering suspension, or in this case raising suspension, which is actually quite handy because when the vehicles come in super low, like our blue S13 over there, let's have a look. That thing is so low that coin parking can't even accept it because it doesn't, like, it touches the sensor because it's that low. This one here, lucky it's raised up so that we can ship the car without having to raise it up before we ship it. That's great, saves some money. And the car looks a little bit derpy. Also, that kind of means that the vehicle will probably sell for less at auction. And so the vehicle can be lowered quite a bit, and it looks like most likely it has been in the past. I don't know why somebody would lift it up right before they sell it. Okay, other aftermarket parts. We got a front mount intercooler, oddly positioned after the radiator, and so it is no longer a cold intake. It is a hot intake, I suppose. It depends on how fast you're going. Interesting that they put the heat wrap on the downpipe, or not the downpipe, I'm sorry, the intercooler piping that goes from the turbo, because this area here, heat wrap's not going to really do any good. It's not going to do any good on that section unless you're trying to, like, for example, keep the heat away from your brake master cylinder and canister, but obviously it's on the other side of the car. Okay, a lot of really interesting modifications to the car for style purposes. And that's why I think that this was a previous drift car. You can see that the valve cover has been painted. Also has this kind of etched material that's the same as on here. And I'm sorry the car's wet. We usually don't like to shoot these videos with the car wet, but it's been really busy recently and I had to take any chance I can to shoot the report. They also did some sort of styling thing on the piping here. I think it's like that thing where you put the ink in the water and then you dip it into the water and it kind of wraps the style around it. I don't know, I think it's cool. Okay, gonna lower the hood here, and then we'll take a look at the auction sheet, and then we'll take a look at the exterior and then the interior. These hood pins, the latch has been removed. The hood pins are all that holds the hood closed, and like all hood pins, they're a little bit finicky. I'm going to close that with my after I put the camera down so I can use two hands. This one here is seized, so you can't actually close it, and so it needs some WD-40 or something. Okay, quick look at the car in all of its amazingness. And so a vehicle that's been used for drifting will usually sell for quite a bit less than one that has been kept in stock condition, or one that just has wheels, suspension, and like front lip or something like that. And so you can get a deal, but a lot of the cars are used up and have a lot of weaknesses or potential problems or engine problems coming in the near future. And so you do have to be a little bit careful, but that's where the price savings comes in, because when you buy these from auction, that gets put into the formula already as part of how it works. Anyways, it's 1992 180SX. They say Type X on here. Don't know why. 2000 cc, auction grade R, interior grade D, 146,900 kilometers. Original black has been changed to purple. Some places are wrapped and some places are painted, and so you get a little bit of difference in the mica between the two places. Probably the best place to see that is the difference between the hood and the front bumper. Okay. Original 5-speed manual transmission, aftermarket aero parts, aftermarket wheels, aftermarket exhaust, aftermarket tail lamps. I quite like the aftermarket tail lamps on this, even though there are other ones that I like better. I think that they still look good. Aftermarket suspension, aftermarket over fenders, so that's front and rear. Wide body on this. And you're going to have the coolest wheels in all of Yokohama with these 2 giant air ducts here and then air duct here. So much cooling that it's going to feel like ice when you touch it. Okay, aftermarket steering wheel. It's a pretty nice one. It's offset, so it's pretty close to the driver compared to your regular steering wheel, but that's good for your drifto. Aftermarket roof spoiler. I love these roof spoilers. I think every car needs a roof spoiler. I think we need one for our company car over there. Okay, aftermarket extra gauges, driver's bucket seat. It's a full stiff back bucket racing seat. Various aftermarket parts, so see in person for details, including the aftermarket turbo, which is really cool. There's also a boost controller inside. So here's the report from the auction. Front accident repaired, wheels scratched, front and rears are different from each other. I actually quite don't like either the front or the rear wheels on this one. Aftermarket air filter and shift knob. Carpet, rear interior panels have all been removed. AC doesn't work. Aero one part, underside. So aero parts are slightly misaligned. Underside, one part, surface rust. Interior floor has been painted and has uneven paint. Underside has scuffs and dents. Color change with paint wave, uneven paint, and paint peeling. And interior dirty and console pieces have been removed. Looking at the body here, it's actually a pretty good body. There are no dents because basically it's all FRP instead of metal. Misaligned front bumper there. And then when you do lightweight materials like a lightweight hood and fenders and bumper, they often will change shape over time. And so because of that, you'll get alignment things like this gap here. That's pretty normal on a car like this, especially one with both aftermarket. Floppy. But it's lightweight, makes you go faster. It actually has a lightweight key. I'll show you when we get in there. Oh, and I just noticed it's missing this vent piece in here. Okay, paint peeling on the roof, and paint cracks and rust on the back, and then a crack in the back. Spare tire is missing. So the paint peeling on the roof, it has this textured roof, and then it doesn't like the sun, and so it's peeled. But you can take all of that off, and then you can have a no peeling roof because you have no paint. Here's the paint cracks here and here. There are spoiler removal marks, and so what they do is they take the spoiler out, put body filler in the holes, sand it down, and repaint over, but then over time they'll crack because usually most of that material doesn't bend very well, and especially when you're ripping down your drift course and you got all your chassis flexing. Speaking of chassis flexing, there's rivets in there. I thought that was on the auction sheet. Let me just check. Oh yeah, did I finish reading this? I don't know. Core support and left and right front inner panel dented. Rear inner panel and rear fenders have rivets put in, and so this is a body structure modification. And yeah, that's it. So I guess I will pop the trunk so that you can see. What they do is they drill holes in any of the places where the panels will meet. And then you put a rivet in, and then you get better structural integrity from twisting on a racetrack. So rivets all in here, around here, along here, and all along the tire wells there. You also get better structural integrity from a bar here. Some people will put a bar in the back section here. There's a little bit of surface rust in here, but nothing that looks concerning to me. You can see those rivets are everywhere. So hopefully it's pretty strong. They even go up to the B pillar there. You can see them on both sides there. Okay. You can hear that fuel pump, probably an aftermarket one. A lot of people would put a GTR fuel pump into it to get that extra flow. All right, here's the once around. And the car will look better in the sun because that mica in the paint will really pop out. It's going to be a standout car wherever it goes. A car with the real authentic Japanese drift culture infused in it, such as this, is going to be a cool car for certain scenes. It's going to be a car that some people are going to hate, but I recommend to people not to hate a car like this because it's something that you don't like, because you could do whatever you want with a car, and if it's your car, go ahead. I don't think that it's bad. I think it's fun to do something different, and you're not going to hear me hating on cars even if it's something that I don't like. I'll mention I don't like some things, but of course it's cool. I like it. So there's some paint wave in the sides. It's missing the headlight surrounds, but they came with it. They were on the ground over there, you might have seen. Okay, hood duct here. I already showed you the cool fenders, the coolest fenders in Yokohama. Large style side skirt, and then rear bumper. I like the look of this. I wish more cars that had bumpers and body kits like this were in better condition, but I also understand that if you're going to be driving a car for drifting and style is a thing, and you know, it's fine. Just yeah, street cars that are in poor condition can be a little bit troublesome, and the S chassis is one of the worst cars for that. This one is in better condition than a lot of them, despite having many of the pieces missing on it. There's that roof spoiler. Okay, so inside, regular door cards, but this piece is part of a kit that comes with the gauge, surround, and console pieces. You'll see more when I go inside. These ones have been wrapped, and passenger side power window goes down but doesn't go up with this switch. The switch on the other side works though. Okay, there's that aftermarket steering wheel I was talking about. It's in really good condition, and it's smaller than regular, so it makes it easier to drive aggressively. I think that the suspension arms in the front, like the tie rods or whatever it is, has been changed, because when you rotate the steering wheel, the wheels give you more angle than usual. And this is a I think the Hikas has been removed out of this car as well. There you go. Oh, now we can peek in here. Ooh. I don't know enough about drift cars to know what needs to be changed in order to get your better steering. I could look it up on the internet and then pretend that I know. Okay, so this is early model dashboard here. Surprisingly, no cracks in it. One of that gauge, the boost gauge doesn't work, and so it's blinking. This one here has been painted with a clear coat, and the clear coat peeled, but it's fine, it works. The AC is not actually cold. Boost controller's in there. And then if you look in here, you got a little bit of surface rust in here. The passenger side, these are adjustable, and they're supposed to have Velcro, but that one, the Velcro doesn't work very well. The passenger side of the floorboard looks a little bit worse, but let me show you that. And this fender is not on there properly, and so when you open the door, you have to be careful, otherwise the door will catch the fender there. Okay, so go in here. It looks like rust on the floor, but that's actually bubbling of the sound deadening material, but because it's all been painted silver, it looks like it's metal. And then up here, there's some surface rust in here, but I don't see any signs of corrosion, but it is a little bit wet, and so there's possible some water that's getting in there. You're going to want to seal that up and then make sure that you convert all that surface rust before it spreads. Okay, I think that's it. Drift S13, and ready to have a lot of fun by the looks of it. And so that's going to be the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, you can check out our website that has a lot of information on how to import your own cars and that sort of thing. And that's going to be the end of the video, so thanks for watching, and have a nice day.